questions and responses. Stay with us till the end for a useful takeaway resource. I now invite our facilitators, Pushpa Pant, a certified soft skills and public speaking trainer with over a decade of experience in education. She began as a freelance trainer and has since transitioned fully into training, helping individuals excel in corporate environments with her practical and hands-on approach. We also have Megha Pawar, is an educator, soft skills trainer, and a career coach with over 20 years of experience. She helps professionals build confident communication, clear thinking, and focused career direction through practical and real world training. I would now like to invite Megha ma'am to take over.
Thank you, Isia. Once again, good evening, everyone. Let's start today's session with a quick reality check. If you work in today's organizations, chances are you don't report to just one person and your work doesn't sit neatly in one box. Before we dive in, I want to understand your world, what you experience every day at work. So let's warm up with a quick poll. I'm going to share a Mentimeter link in the chat. Please click the link, choose the options that best fit your experience, and submit your response. There's no right or wrong answers here. This is just a quick reality check. Once you have voted, keep an eye on the screen. We will look at the results together. Now I'm sharing the Mentimeter link in the chat right now. Just click on the link, go ahead, trust your first instinct, and vote. Please use the link. It will just take 5 seconds. Yes, you could see that. Wow, great. Please keep voting. I want every one of you to vote. I could see the results in front of you, and all of you also could. Yes. And most of you have opted for mostly clear. Okay, let's come back. It's good that you are mostly clear, but then also most of the time it becomes little bit confusing also in matrix organization. And this is exactly why today's topic matters. Because in matrix setups, clarity doesn't always come automatically. This and there this line resonates so strongly in matrix teams. When everyone owns it, sometimes no one owns it. Today's session is about breaking that pattern and learning how to create clarity and ownership even when responsibilities overlap. Yes, you may have experienced this. So let's see what we can do for that. Over the next 60 minutes, we will break this down step by step. Let me quickly walk you through what we will cover today. Can we have the next slide, please? We will start by looking at the common challenges of working in matrix teams. the things that slow work down and create confusion. Then we will understand why ownership breaks down in these environments, even when people have the best intentions. After that, we will share two simple frameworks, the IAM framework and the CCI communication tool, that help you create clarity and move forward. We will also apply these ideas to real workplace situations, so this doesn't stay theoretical only. And finally, we will leave you with a personal ownership toolkit, followed by Q&A and a quick commitment you can take back to work. Before we talk about solutions, it's important to recognize the challenges that show up in matrix organizations. Pushpa will walk us through this. Over to you, Pushpa.
Thank you, Megha, and a warm welcome to everyone. Before we start understanding what is there on the slide, let's picture this. Arvind is working on a client report in a matrix organization. He reports to two stakeholders. There's a quality head and a client delivery head. Now, both of these managers have their own priorities. The quality head is insisting on accuracy. He wants that the data should be 100% accurate. Whereas the client delivery head is focused on meeting the deadlines. Now, before I move ahead, let me ask a quick question. Please click on a raise hand icon on the screen if you work under more than one manager. Let me know if you work under more than one manager. Okay, I've got two responses. Three. All right. I believe it must be challenging at times. Thank you for your responses. Now let's come back to Arvind and understand what happens over here. So Arvind starts preparing his reports, but midway the client shares some updated data. Now this is where the confusion begins, because the client head is still focusing on meeting the deadlines, but the quality head asks him to revalidate everything and ensure no incorrect or errors are there in the report. This is a tough moment for Arvind. What do you think is the risk if Arvind doesn't clarify this? Please share your responses through chat. If Arvind doesn't clarify anything over here, what would be the risk to Arvind? His managers have given him two priorities. One is focusing on accuracy, and the other one is focusing on meeting the deadlines. And he's unsure. Arvind is unsure which priority he has to consider first. What do you think is the risk if Arvind doesn't clarify this? I'm waiting for your responses. Okay, Chetan has answered poor quality in data. Dipali, battered from both ends. Thank you for sharing your inputs. Let's see what Arvind does next. So Arvind continues working on data, but he avoids finalizing or sending any report. He doesn't want to be wrong here. He expects some alignment from his managers, but that alignment never comes. And eventually the client escalates. I hope this situation sounds familiar to you. What Arvind faced was not a personal issue. It was a classic matrix challenge. If you look at this situation and understand, there were some challenges which were unnoticed that Arvind faced. The first one was that there were overlapping responsibilities. He was reporting to two managers. There were two stakeholders. And each one of them had conflicting priorities. One was focusing on accuracy, the other one was focusing on speed. And yet, there was no clear decision ownership, because of which Arvind's work moved forward, yet without any final outcome. He prepared the report, but he failed to submit it to the client. A quick reflection from you. Which one of these you see most in your workplace? Please share it with us through the chat. Which one of these situations you see most often in your workplace? Or if anyone would like to unmute and speak, we would love to know. Okay, Ankit has shared same meeting the deadline for two stakeholders. Correct. Thank you for pointing out that. Meeting the deadline, Sujata Jha. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your responses. Now, the matrix challenges are common, but they don't appear automatically. If we take a pause and take a deep dive into what happened in case of Arvind, we will understand where exactly did the ownership breakdown in this condition. Can we have the next slide? So these were the common matrix challenges that Arvind faced. And let us now understand in this situation, where did the ownership break down? Please share the next slide. So here, if you see, everyone knew that the report has to be prepared. Arvind and both of his managers, the quality head and the client delivery manager. But nobody aligned. Arvind assumed he will get one clear instruction from his managers. And the managers assume that they have given the guidelines, so the instructions are clear. So the first reason for breakdown of ownership here in this situation was assumptions that replaced alignment. Arvind hesitated to speak up and get a clear communication. So there was silence which replaced communication. Everyone involved in making this report knew that there was a deadline, but there were no early red flags raised internally. And by the time the client raised escalation, the damage was already done. And even then, if you see, there were no clear next steps defined. These may look small gaps, but these are some big challenges that happen in matrix organization. One last time, dear audience, which one of these do you think causes the maximum damage? Please let us know. You can unmute yourself or use the chat option. Thank you, Dipali. Late escalation. Assumptions replaced alignment. Yes. So, okay, lack of communication. This is what Divya has shared. Right, I agree. Silence. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your responses. Silence. So, there are many who resonate with silence. Yes, silence was one major reason which led to breaking of ownership in this situation. Matrix structures create complexity, and ownership is what brings clarity. And to understand how ownership can be brought in such situations, we now have some practical tools. I would like to call Megha to take this forward. Over to you, Megha.
Thank you, Pushpa, for explaining it in so detail about the matrix challenges. So now that we know where ownership breaks down, the next question is, how do you show leadership when you don't have the title, authority, or final say? In a matrix organization, leadership doesn't come from position, it comes from behavior. And the good news is there are simple tools that help you lead and show ownership even without title. Can we have the next slide, please? Let me start with a simple framework that helps you show ownership in a matrix without grabbing authority or stepping on toes. It helps you create clarity, alignment, and momentum. Yes, as you could see it on your screen also, it is called the IAM framework. Let me explain you it in detail. Here, I stands for initiate. Initiate means starting with clarity. If you are starting any task, any project, just clearly state the purpose of it and the next step. This will help everyone understand the current situation. Then A stands for align. Align means making sure everyone is on the same page before execution. Here you need to check who is involved, what are the priorities, what are the timelines, and this ensures everyone has the same understanding before work begins. M stands for move. Move means taking action and keeping momentum going. For that, you need to track progress, share updates, and raise issues early. This keeps the work moving and prevent delays. Let me give you a quick workplace example over here. Imagine you are a part of a product launch campaign, a cross-functional project where marketing, product, sales, all are involved. The deadline is tight as usual, but no one is clearly owing the task. So how you will make use of IAM framework over here? Let's see that. You will start by initiating clarity. And how you will do that? You will tell your teammates, we have the campaign brief ready, but product inputs and timelines are still pending. This will tell everyone where things stand. Next, you need to align. For that, you ask, can we confirm who is responsible for product inputs and by when the overall task will be completed? You can also add, are there any conflict in priorities we should know about? Now, by doing so, the roles and timelines become clear. And next, you move. How you can do that? You can do that by saying, I will track this in a shared tracker and share a status update every 2 days. If there are blockers, I will flag them early. Have you noticed? You didn't take anyone's authority. You didn't wait for instructions. You simply created clarity, alignment, and progress. Now I have something for you. Think about one task you are currently working on at your workplace. Which step do you usually skip? Is it initiate, align, or move? Just type I, A, or M in the chat. Oh, align. Asta said align. Divya said align. Okay, I'm waiting for more responses. Dipali said initiate. Chetan said align. Okay. Sujata said align. So, yes, most of you face the problem of alignment. Yes, this is the issue faced by most of the matrix organization where they fail to align everyone. Yes, and that's your ownership growth area. The I am framework helps us take charge through actions, but ownership also depends on how we communicate. And that's where our next framework comes in. I would like to hand over to Pushpa, who will take us through the next tool. Over to you, Pushpa.
Thank you, Megha. Now that you have understood how to bring ownership into our actions, let's move the next step. How do we bring ownership in our communication? Because in corporate environments, work usually does not fail because of lack of capability. It fails due to lack of ownership in communication. People communicate, but they do not communicate well enough to bring action. And that's where our CCI tool comes in. Let's first break this down. So, CCI, can we have the next slide, please? So, here CCI stands for clear, concise, and impact. Let me explain this with a scenario. So, imagine there's a high impact project review meeting going on. There are senior stakeholders, timelines are tight, and the project manager says the project is being delayed. There are dependencies, teams are trying their best. Everyone nods, and the meeting moves on. Now, pause and think for a moment. Was the information shared? What do you think? Tripti, what do you understand? Was the information shared by the project manager?
No, it was. I don't think it was.
It was. Okay. Uh, the next question, was the ownership communicated here? All right. Sujata, what do you think? In this scenario, the ownership was communicated?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, there are responses that have poured in. There are many no's. So if we look at the communication that the project manager gave, he said the project has been delayed. There are dependencies. Teams are trying their best. I think the information was shared, but there was no ownership in this condition, right? So let us try to understand how this CCI tool will help to communicate better. Because in this communication, we do not know why the project is being delayed. We do not know what has to be done. We do not know what is the goal of this meeting. Same scenario, applying CCI tool. Now this time the project manager says the project has been delayed and our goal is to get back the project on track by Monday. You notice there was a clear goal stated. Do you agree? A thumbs up, please. Click on the thumbs up. Yes, I saw there is a response in the chat box by Chetan. He says yes. Okay, there are many thumbs up here. Thank you, Sujata. Thank you, Divya. Thank you, Asha. Thank you so much. He then continues. The delay is due to pending sign-offs from the Quality and Assurance Department. What has he done? he has shared the key fact, a concise information on why the project has been delayed. There is no blame game over here, no over explanation, just the information for why the project is being delayed. And finally, he adds, I will arrange a meeting with quality team today and aim to release the pending sign-offs by 5 p.m. If the delay continues, delivery will be pushed by a week. A very important part in communication, which is impact. So the project manager has shared the impact, a clear consequence, what will happen if the project continues to delay. See, a simple tool, clear, concise, and impact. You use it, and what is the result? There's reduced confusion, increased alignment. Now everyone knows, the team knows the reason for delay, how they have to act. So the alignment is increased, and without using the word ownership, the project manager has shown the ownership in his communication. Do you agree? Was this CCI tool helpful here in this situation? There are so many responses. Thank you everyone for giving that thumbs up. Thank you so much. That is how ownership looks like in communication. To practice this a bit in detail, we have some examples of ownership language. Can we have the next slide? Thank you. Okay, may I request somebody to read the first example? Anyone, please unmute yourself and read the first example here.
Before we proceed, can we align roles and timelines?
Thank you, Asha. Thank you. See, this simple statement reflects ownership just by aligning the roles and timelines. Anyone who would like to go next? The next line, the next example.
Yeah. So here's the current status and the next step.
Yes, Divya. Thank you for reading that. And this statement demonstrates clarity on status and next steps. A key exception in corporate communication. Clarity, which is must. Who would like to go next? I see the audience is very active. Thank you so much. There is a confusion, I believe. Dipali and Tripti, I think both of you have unmuted.
I will
Dipali,
take the Pushpa. I will
okay,
take the.
Sure. Thank you.
Tripti Singh.
Yes, Tripti Singh.
No, I said I will take the next one since both of you are
sorry.
unmuted.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, Dipali, then you can proceed.
So flagging this early as it may impact delivery.
Thank you, Dipali. And this shows ownership through early escalation, which supports timely delivery. Okay, Tripti.
Yeah. So I will take the next action and update by let's say 6:30 p.m.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for this taking up this last example. And this example shows responsibility with clear commitment and timeline. In corporate environment, ownership is not about intent. It is about how clearly and responsibly we communicate. So now that you have understood how to bring ownership in our communication, let us now understand how to bring ownership at work. Over to you, Megha.
Thank you, Pushpa. Now, let's pause for a moment and apply what we had discussed so far. I'm going to share a short workplace scenario. And as I told you before also, there is no right or wrong answers over here. We are going to work on a real work scenario over here. You have to just think from your real work experience. Can we have the next slide, please? Yes, as you could see on the screen also, imagine this situation. You are a part of a cross-functional task. The deadline is tight, but there is no clear owner. This is a very common matrix situation. Keep this in mind. I will show you few questions one by one. Then you have to type your responses in the chat, or you can unmute yourself also and give the answer. Okay, let's start with the first question. Can we have the first question on the screen? Yes, thank you. This is the first question related to the scenario, that is, what needs clarity first in this situation. As per you, whatever we have done till now, whatever you have understood till now, what needs to be clear? Very good, Chetan. Goal. So Chetan says goal. Very good. Yes. Others, please respond. Role allotment. Very good. Very good. Task, what is to be done? Very good. All of you answered very well. And yes, this is only the expected answer over here. We need to clarify the goal of the task, the deadlines. Okay, Ankit says yes. Thank you. Who is the point of the contact? Yes, the goal of the task, the deadlines, and also who is responsible for which part. We need to clarify this first in this scenario. Thank you for your responses. Coming up, the next question. Let's move to the second question. Can we have the next question on the slide? Yes. The next question is, who must be aligned? Who needs to be on the same page? Which people or team must clearly understand the task? Please share your thoughts in the chat box. I would be happy if you will unmute yourself and share your thoughts. I would like to hear you. Okay. Chetan has responded. Yes. Anyone else? Can we have some more responses? Anyone would like to? Okay.
The entire team has to be aligned, isn't it?
Yes. Very good. You are right. Very much correct. But mostly entire team, yes. So somewhere it is like all the people who are involved in the task should be aligned, and those who are giving any inputs, and also the person who is going to, or who is going to take the final decision in this scenario. Yes. Now the final question. Please, can we have the last question on the screen? Yes. What is one immediate next step? We don't need any perfect plan over here. Just the very first action you would take in this scenario. As per your understanding. Ownership, clarity of the task. Okay. Good. Assigning the task clearly. Work allocation. Yes. Yes. Very well answered. Work allocation. Yes, most of you are saying work allocation. Yes. Here we can have, okay, ready to work together. Okay, good, Smita. Thank you everyone for your participation. Thank you very much. Whatever you said is really correct? Here we can have quick discussions also, or we can send a short message to clarify who will do what, by when, and what needs to happen next. Yes, these were really, whatever you answered, these were practical answers. Let me pause for a minute or moment here, for a moment here. What you just did in this activity is exactly how ownership shows up in a matrix. You focused on clarity, alignment, and action. Even without naming it, you are already using the IAM way of thinking and CCI for clear, concise communication. Frameworks are useful, but ownership is built in daily habits. So let's move from thinking about ownership to practice it at work. Can we have the next slide? That's why we have put together a simple ownership toolkit. These are small practical habits you can use every day to show ownership, even without authority. How can you do that? Let's look at that. Let's start with the first one. The first one is alignment questions checklist. What you can do over here, before starting any task or project, just ask few basic questions. What's the goal of this task? Who all are involved in this task? And by when am I supposed to, or we are supposed to complete this task? This will stop confusion before that project or that task starts. Now, another simple tool is stakeholder visibility habit. Always make it clear who is working on what. This avoids overlap, duplication, and assumptions. Let's move to the next habit, that is weekly progress updates. Short, regular updates keep everyone informed. And because of that, there will be no surprises and no last minute panic. Now, here's another one for you. Early escalation script. If a project is blocked, raising it early is required. Like reporting a traffic jam before everyone is late. Here, in the traffic jam situation, you're not blaming the road, you're helping people take a different route. Similarly, escalation works the same way. It's about finding solution, not pointing fingers. And now the last one, which is very much important, always find the next step mindset. Never end a meeting without deciding the next action. Always decide who will take the next step. These are simple tools, but when used consistently, they create strong ownership. Ownership doesn't change through big promises. It changes through small actions we choose every day. So instead of just understanding ownership, let's make it personal. I will now hand it over to Pushpa, who will help you turn today's insight into a week one ownership commitment. Over to you, Pushpa. You are on mute, Pushpa.
Thank you, Megha. Sorry for that. Now it's time to make ownership personal. But before we begin, I want you to do one small thing. Please remove one distraction from your workplace. It could be anything, your phone, an extra tab that you have opened on your screen, or anything that is pulling away your attention. You need not share it with me. Just do it. Take a moment and remove one distraction from your workspace. Give me a thumbs up if you have done, so that I know. All right. Yes, I believe most of you have done it. What you did is important, because for doing this, you didn't need permission. You didn't need any reminders. You controlled something that was completely in your control. And that is what ownership looks like. It is focusing on what you can control. And now it is a time to make one ownership commitment for this week. Can we have the next slide, please? I'm going to share a Mentimeter link in the chat box. Please click on this link and share your week 1 ownership commitment. It can be anything. Just ensure it does not depend upon your manager or your team or anyone else. A simple commitment that you will be able to sustain it for a week. You can choose the ones that are listed on the screen. Share your responses through the link that is being shared in the chat box. And once your responses will start pouring on the screen. I'm waiting. Please share your responses. Your week 1 ownership commitment. Avoid waiting for clarity. This is the first response that we have got. Phone distraction, less phone distraction. Updates to stakeholders. Document the task. Yes, everyone, please share your commitments. I think we are more in number. We can have more responses here. Communicate with clarity. Okay, that I think I have already taken. Okay. So we have 5 responses. Alignment, action alignment. Yes. All right. Anyone who would like to unmute and share, because if there is a problem sharing it through the link, it's okay if you would like to go by unmuting or sharing with us through chat. If sharing it through Mentimeter is not suitable for you. Building a strong bond. Oh, that's very specific. Productive communication. Nice. A simple, but yes, a relatable one if we talk about ownership. All right. Thank you so much for sharing your responses. What you just did is not just talking about ownership, but it is you have made one step towards practicing it. And I wish you all success for this ownership commitment. I hope you will be able to practice it for the upcoming weeks. Okay, Sujata has taken the chat option and shared it over here. clarity of task, alignment with other teams, and action. Deep one, Sujata. I hope you will be able to do it. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And now that we have reached the end of session, take a moment and share one key takeaway from today's session that you will be carrying it back to your work. It can be anything, a mindset shift, a small action, a word, a phrase, or a new perspective that you have learned today related to ownership and matrix challenges. Can we have the next slide? We have listed some key takeaways on the screen as well. If any one of these resonates well with you, please unmute yourself and share your key takeaway. Already, I think there are a few who have taken the chat option. Yes, Asha and Dipali, IAM framework.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Please unmute yourself and share your key takeaways.
Can I?
Yeah, please. Sujata,
So,
go ahead. Thank you.
I can relate with whatever was going in my mind. The key takeaways, that second option, anyone can demonstrate ownership without authority, without hierarchy, without waiting, by clarifying, aligning, and acting. So I was also thinking in the same zone, and I totally agree with this second point.
Yes, yes. It's true. Ownership is not about position, it's about clarity, communication, alignment. Yes,
Yes.
very well said. Yes.
Thank you.
So,
Anyone
thank you
else?
for sharing. Yeah, anyone else who would like to unmute? We would love to hear from you. Asha? Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you. So I am really, in connection with my profession, and whatever comes in front of me, it is very very time related, and it is very quick, because most of the time the events that I host are just 4 hours or 5 hours, and apart, and sometimes we don't even get time to meet the clients, and we meet them on the day of the event. So there it is, so many things going on at one time, and then there are so many people coming down, and all of them are bosses, and all of them are leaders and managers. So I am framework really really sort things out, and now I could just get the things filtered very quickly, and I can just use I am, and I'm done, like that. So that
Yeah,
really,
it's a very simple tool to
yeah,
bring
exactly.
ownership in
That
action.
resonates
Yes.
really well, and it's quite helpful. Thank you.
Yes, Smita.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I work in education institution. Means it's where we mold the generations. So through that, I could say that clarity isn't given. Leaders create it, and schools is a place where leaders are created. So it is a very good task that we can relate with the students, and we can inculcate that through the teachers' behavior and all. And sixth one also I can relate with my profession, that is results move forward when someone owns the outcome. If we take the step forward, we know what my target is, and it is been achieved. It gives as it is also said, keep good start is half done. So that kind of thing we can experience through this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Smita, for sharing that. So nice. Okay. Thank you, all of you, for sharing these insights. If you would like to go ahead with sharing, you can pick any number that resonates well with you, the key takeaways, and put it that in the chat box. Just the number. Or any word, any phrase that is a key takeaway from today's session. Right. So I see
So I'll
for
just
most.
I'll just add something. The number 2 point is something I think which has actually removed the possibility of any passing the buck, right? So you've said that anyone can demonstrate ownership without authority, without hierarchy, without waiting, by clarifying, aligning, and acting. So I think this point puts to rest any excuse which we could actually give for not, demonstrating ownership. Yeah. So that would probably stay with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your insight. Thank you, Dipali. Over to you, Megha.
Thank you, Pushpa, and thank you everyone for sharing your key takeaways. I would request everyone not to leave this meeting. We are going to have a picture of all of us, and for that, I will request everyone to switch on their cameras. Yes, but before that, I would like to ask, as we have covered a lot today and discussed the key takeaways, if you have any question or clarifications, please feel free to ask. Pushpa and I will be happy to answer them. You are free to ask that. If you have any doubt, okay, thank you, Sujata. We are going to share some tools with you. Uh, but if you could, okay, but if you could switch on your camera, that will be helpful for us to take a picture. So that will be a memory for us with us having you in this webinar. I will request everyone to please switch on your camera so that we can have a picture perfect of us. If you don't have any questions, then I would like to end my words by saying one final anchor line. All are adjusting. Okay. Thank you, Asha. Yes. Honest. Okay. Yes, yes. It is required, Asha. It is required. Yes, you can adjust yourself. It happens though that sometimes we attend the webinar just the way we are. And if suddenly some this type of request comes in, so we are not prepared for that, that's okay. The way you are, that is okay for us. But we would like to have this as a memory with us, which we can carry forward with us. So please switch on your cameras so that we can have a picture perfect of today's webinar. And I would like to end my words or today's session by having one final anchor line, that ownership, which I would like you all to also remember, that is, ownership is a behavior and behavior can start today. Thank you. And over to you, Insia.
Thank you to our facilitators for today's insightful and practical session. And thank you to all the participants for your time and engagement. As shared, you will receive the takeaway resource for today's session, which will help you apply these learnings in your day to day meetings. To stay connected with us, our Atulit Academy social media links are being shared in the chat. Please follow us to stay updated on more practical, relevant, and engaging webinars for corporate professionals. I'd also like to mention that we have our next webinar coming up on 17th January, where we'll be exploring another important workplace skill. Details and registration information will be shared shortly. Once again, thank you for being with us today. We look forward to welcoming you to our upcoming sessions. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.